So I realized after this fight I could have been aiming down my sights with the bottled lightning ordnance the whole time. And killed the bosses another chunk faster, I think, if I did that. Because I keep forgetting I have that skill node to further boost shock damage off any gun, which applies to heavy ordnance when you aim down sight. By the way, I'm sick. That's why I sound like this. So, yeah, that's something I could have done further. I just don't have it yet. I tried farming Stinky Pointy Legs or whatever for an hour straight, and he didn't drop one legendary. It's just absolutely crazy. But, because I'm trying to get a freaking level 50 cricket. Because a cricket pistol with the infinite ammo is just crazy. Well, I mean, it's not a boss killer, but it's a very helpful mob killer, and it just looks so fun to use, to just shoot the cricket pistol endlessly. You just have endless shockwaves all over the freaking place. So that's something I also want to do on this build. The Wombo combo is just a decent overall gun. That's also good with infinite ammo on the augment I use. But still, the key to killing bosses quickly is just the infinite bottled lightning ammo off that augment. But the thing is, I saw him on UVH2. I know from experience that, frankly, there's not much of a difficulty curve between UVH1 and 5. After I've experienced it on multiple characters, I never really felt like there was hardly any difference. I know there's virtually no difference in survivability, but however, I'm pretty sure like bosses in particular feel at least noticeably tankier. I don't think they're a lot tankier, but they are noticeably amount tankier on UVH5 compared to 1, and I'm on 2, and I'm like, I just don't feel like my damage is still there yet. I had a worse version of this build, so I was able to perfect it better. I do really enjoy this build. I really want to use beam teams because it's just a fun, like, I just love using lasers and then combining that with like infinite ordnance to shoot like the Doom. I mean, bottled lightning is basically a mini BFG from Doom. It's just a big blue ball instead of a green ball that has tendrils that go out, and they definitely stole it from Doom. But it's so OP though for both mobbing and bossing with the infinite ammo. And then I feel like my beam team now does enough damage to at least kill most fodder enemies very quickly now, so it's decent for mobbing too. But if I'm honest, I'd like compare this to like my Vex minion build, right? Who is like a subpar Vex build. It's intended to be because you can't kill bosses quickly with my minion build. This guy kills bosses, I think on UVH5 too when I reach it. He definitely kills bosses faster than my Vex minion build, but honestly, not much. And then if I compare mobbing, they're basically about equal, I feel like, in the speed they take to clear mobs of enemies. But then the biggest thing is, which is why I think my Vex Minion's a better overall build, is because Vex Minion is just invincible. Now this build I've tried to make as tanky as I can, but the problem is Rafa just dies. He just dies because he doesn't get anything that helps him like tank the big hits is the problem. And then of course when you're using ordnance like this, as I do at the end of this video right here now, just to show it again, boom, I'm dead from one hit to myself, and it's so hard to avoid hitting yourself sometimes. Bottled lightning will sometimes kill me instantly too if I get hit by it. You can't really pay attention that much to avoid getting hit by your own stuff sometimes. And of course enemies just jump in your face at like lightning speed too. That just gets you killed immediately. So now this guy, he seems to survive most fodder and elite enemies, and even some bosses to an extent, relatively well with the Timekeeper shield combined with a lifesteal and the damage reductions I have. But again, as I've said before, damage reduction is not as OP as you think it is in this game. It's not reducing your damage as much as it claims it is. When I tried testing it, like damaging myself, for instance, that's why I still instant kill myself from my thrown weapon. And yeah, I know it's getting buffed to damage, but consider that I can't even sometimes kill a fodder enemy in one strike with it. But you're telling me I can one-hit kill myself? Like, come on, you're telling me I can't be at least tankier than a stupid fodder enemy in the game? It's just so stupid. So yeah, Rafa's survivability is what's killing me. He was an absolute pain to level up. I hated leveling him up. I hated doing vile bounties. I mean, I did, like I get to I created like a rocket build, I remember, in the beginning. Then I alternated to shotgun and learned that wasn't quite as good. But still, when I was using my like Peacekeeper rocket build with pure red tree, that was enough to at least survive and kill vile bounty enemies to level up relatively quickly. But it was not. It was not as good as Vex Minion or Aim and Ordinance for a level up build by any chance. Because Vex Minion and Aim and Ordinance, they can both kill enemies and bosses as quickly as any other level up build, but then they're both invincible on top of it too. So it's just, they're just better. People say Rafa's better in endgame, and I'm like, I'm sure he is for killing bosses super quick if you do like a setup build on him, but I don't want to do, that's not my style. I'm trying to create a Rafa build that's tanky. It doesn't require any setup. It's just super casual playstyle and still eviscerates most things, mobs and bosses, without having to set up a combo, without having to go down on my survivability at all, without having to do any of that. And so far, like, I saw Moxie's like AFK Rafa build using Beam Team. The problem is he's using an exploit in the game. It's just straight up. I mean, to me, it's just straight up cheating. Because you use like a Malawan. Well, first off, I would never get it because it requires a Malawan legendary gun enhancement. And legendary gun enhancements are pure RNG in this game. There's no way to farm them. So, I mean, there's no way or chance you'll ever know when you'll ever get that specific gear to even make the build work. So that's the issue with it, for one, is it requires a very specific gear that is pure RNG anywhere in the game. There's no way I'm ever going to get it, at least, and I may not even pay attention and know that I have it when I see it. So that's an annoying thing about his build. But the other thing is I realized, wait, when he explained it, I realized, oh my gosh, this is just this is something that's clearly not intended. Like, it says it does 10%. He says it's actually 100%. Okay, so the game is wrong on that. And then, like, it makes your beams use the beam toss damage for every single damage over time tick they do. That makes them, like, stack up millions on everything in, like, a few seconds. And I'm like, this is no way this is intended. So I'm like, I wouldn't even use that build because it's definitely an exploit and it's definitely probably getting nerfed in the future or patched. Really patched, because I don't think it's intended to. So, yeah, that AFK build I've seen, I don't even want to do, because it would be a pain to get the gear for it. I'm not going to farm that gear. I will be bored out of my mind before you tell me to farm a stupid legendary gun enhancement in this game. So that's not happening. And then the other thing is like, oh, well, it's using an exploit. Like, this is just straight up exploit damage. So I'm not doing that either. But besides that, I haven't really been able to find one. There's a torch sticky one that uses beam toss. I've seen other videos do, but it's just, I mean, it basically kills bosses about as fast as this build does when I looked at it. But then it has less, like, fodder damage and less tankiness. And I'm like, I don't really like that version either. So I don't know. I'm open to suggestions. Like, I'm enjoying this Rafa build kind of so far, but this is for sure not, I feel like, the end version I want for Rafa. He's just, yeah. It's like, okay, I've made him, he's tanky enough to survive the basic hits, at least constantly. But anytime he takes, like, a big hit, he just dies. And he has so much stupid explosives that just instant kill him. Like, both my Vex and Amens don't do that. Even if they use a gun like this, they won't instant kill themselves. They'll do a big chunk of damage to themselves. But the difference is they don't kill themselves, and they have way more healing than Rafa has. That's the other thing. Like, this Rafa, like, tank, quote-unquote tank build, it has less, like, armor. Well, because you're going pure health, but I mean the stat-wise, it's less, though. You have less of a base stat for your defense. way lower stats compared to just stacking up a crap load of armor or a crap load of shield. And then he has no way, like he gets lifesteal, that's okay, but it's not awesome. And obviously it only applies to his health. So you're forced to use a health bar that you cannot get high in this game. There's no way to make your health bar nearly as high as a shield or an armor bar can be. And the difference is Vex and Eamon, they get like way more. Like Vex Teen Witchmon with a Reaper like minion build, she heals over her armor way quicker than Rafa does here with his health. And then on top of that, she has a way higher bar. And so that's why she's invincible. I'd never die on her. Like a Suicider is not going to kill me. But the thing is, like a Suicider Reaper instant kills me from full health on this guy too. So there's so many things that just instant kill him. It's just like I can't. He's not a tank. That's the problem. He just survives better than a DPS build, but he's not a tank. And even his DPS is not there yet. I feel like he needs to be doing way more damage to bosses with how much more frail he is compared to my Vex and Eamon. So I'll have to wait and see. I'm starting to enjoy. I mean, I did hate Rafa, but now I'm at least starting to enjoy him. So hopefully I can make some build that mirrors the kind of casual, invincible playstyle I do on like Vex and Eamon.